Yo, how is it going, everyone? Welcome back to the Crucible Brothers. My name is Lionhearts, and today we're going to be reviewing the Doom of Chelchis Scout Rifle, returning triumphantly from Destiny 1 into Destiny 2 with the return of the King's Fall raid. It's back, it's better than ever, it's got new perks, it's been making waves in the community since we first got our hands on it, and frankly, it is a fantastic PvE option for your arsenal. If you take one thing away from this video, is you should seek out a Doom of Chelchis for your endgame PvE loadouts. It's arguably one of the best scout rifles in the entire game, but who the hell cares about PvE? This is a Crucible channel. How good is it in the Crucible? It's not good. I'm not going to beat around the bush here. It's pretty bad. I wanted it to be good. I tried to make it good, but unfortunately, Doom of Chelchis might just be one of the most mid PvP weapons that I've ever put my hands on, and there's going to be a lot to get into regarding as to why. So before we get too much further, make sure you guys take a second, like the video, subscribe to the channel to get more content, and leave a comment because it helps us in the YouTube algorithm and make sure this video reaches as many people as humanly possible. Alright, so getting right into it, how can Doom of Chelchis be so bad? I mean, when you look at the weapon, it's got good stats, it's got an incredible perk pool, it's got some of the most unique combinations of perks we've ever seen on any weapon, and you're telling me none of those combinations can create a scenario where you can find success in the Crucible? And the unfortunate answer is pretty much yes. A lot of it has to do firstly with archetype. The single biggest thing holding the Doom of Chelchis back is that it's a 180 RPM scout rifle, but it does not have an easy to activate damage boost. So while something like Firefly and Dragonfly is really cool and unique, and yes, if you can get the kill, there's potential for free multi-kills with this perk combination, the explosions stack, and can one-shot another Guardian, you have to qualify that with your base time to kill is 1 second, pretty much everything is faster than you, so you need to out-duel someone, and then kill them, and then hope their teammates are staying close enough to be benefited from the enhanced explosions. That means in reality, you're really not getting that much potential out of these two perks together. What you have is a scout rifle with a static time to kill, and every once in a while, you might get a free multi from it. That sounds a lot less appealing when you take it into action. Basically what it boils down to is that when you're building a weapon in Destiny for its perks, there's kind of two paths you want to go down. You're either going to go down a path where you favor consistency perks to reach your average best time to kill, or you're going to go for lethality perks where you're going to start off with maybe a slower time to kill, but you get the potential to jump up to something significantly faster after the first kill. Those are your two paths, and Doom of Chelchis doesn't do either very well, because its damage perks are either very hard to proc or not very good, and then its consistency perks don't really matter when its base time to kill is too slow. To give some more perspective, I tried quite a few different roles for this video. I crafted it. The first role I tried was Firefly and One For All. My thought process was, okay, Firefly and Dragonfly is just too unrealistic to make work. But maybe Firefly explosions can cause chip damage in congested areas to help me proc One For All. You proc One For All, suddenly you're 3-tapping with your 180 scout. That's that hung jury, that's that good old fashioned not forgotten, that's that 0.67 time to kill that's so golden and valuable. I'm telling you right now, great on paper, poor in execution. It has the same problem that the Firefly Dragonfly role has, of that base time to kill being so slow, and then you're just not really chipping people with the explosions too often. The biggest problem is that I was just losing too many duels before I could get One For All to proc. This is still, I think, a good idea and can work on certain maps, but man, it's just a very hostile environment to make work, and we'll get into this more in just a little bit, but the competition that Doom of Chelchis has to face consistently makes all these ideas just like all failure to launch because you're not winning your initial duels. Another perk combination that I wanted to try but didn't get to before making this video because I ran out of materials was Explosive Payload and Frenzy. This one I think has the best potential to work in the most game scenarios because Explosive Payload could give you that flinch advantage to win your 1v1s. The reason that I'm still not super big on it is that Frenzy I find to be the most unreliable damage perk in the game because it's really hard to gauge when it procs. It's just you have to kind of wait for the game to give it to you, and once it's given to you, yeah, it's great, and granted Enhanced Frenzy procs more often, it's just, I don't really feel in control with this perk, and that's why I don't like it. But who knows, this could be a situation like with the Syncopation Stasis Pulse Rifle, where I'm pretty much underrating Frenzy right now. I might have to go back and give it another look, and maybe we'll report back in the future with a shorter video about those findings. If you guys happen to have this role, let us know in the comments down below how you feel about it. Regardless though, we keep running into the same issue, and that's that the base time to kill, the base feel of Doom of Chelchis, just does not keep up in the current meta, especially when you consider what it has to compete with. I mean, this entire video of background footage could have been every single duel I lost to the combination of No Time to Explain and Jade Rabbit. Both of those exotics make Doom of Chelchis nearly impossible to use because they are so much better in your average duel. There's no way for me to get into a duel with a 3-tap with Doom of Chelchis without Charge with Light, a Rift, or Weapons Light. Which means that 99% of the time, when I'm taking my long-range Scout Rifle duels against other Scout Rifle users, unless they are also using a Doom of Chelchis, I am at a disadvantage. And even setting that aside, there's another weird issue with this weapon that I don't know if this is something that I'm just seeing or it actually exists. Okay, so follow me for a second. Doom of Chelchis is a really big weapon model, and when you aim down sights with it, the barrel sticks a lot into your screen space. Like, compare the aim down sights picture of Doom of Chelchis to Hung Jury. You can see that the actual tip of the barrel for Doom of Chelchis takes up a lot of space, especially when you start shooting. Okay, so follow me further. Doom of Chelchis has pretty low stability. It's actually lowest in class amongst the 180s, so it has more recoil. It also has lower zoom, therefore it actually takes flinch pretty badly. So when you're getting flinched and you're trying to fire back precision shots, it can sometimes feel like this gun is all over the place on your screen. I don't know how easily that's conveyed in the background footage, but if you use the weapon and then use another Scout Rifle, I think you'll see what I'm saying. When you shoot Hung Jury, there's just not as much in the way. When you shoot Doom of Chelchis, there is a lot of stuff getting in the way of your crosshair, covering the target. It gets messy really quickly. Like, it feels like you are using a whale as a gun. And, you know, this is not a unique problem to Doom of Chelchis. The other King's Fall weapons, Zwali's Bane is guilty of this as well, just being a gigantic model that's just in the way of everything. And that really sucks, because that shouldn't really have to be a factor in how a weapon feels, but it definitely does matter. Unfortunately, we don't live in a world where this is like a Source Engine game where you can just turn off your view models and play with just a crosshair old school Quake style, because if that was the case, I would turn off the model of the Doom of Chelchis instantly. So yeah, there's not much else to say. When you consider how much investment it takes to get a perfectly crafted Doom of Chelchis, you gotta clear the raid, get your 5 red borders. This is an extreme amount of time investment, and you really want to invest that time only if the weapon is going to be useful to you. And when it comes down to it in PvP, Doom of Chelchis just is not it. If you're a PvE enthusiast, this is definitely one you should pick up. It's going to be great in Grandmasters, raids, everything that you do in the PvE side of the game. It's one of the best Scout Rifles in that regard. But in PvP, it's just an unfortunate miss. It's a bad metaphor, it's a bad archetype, and the perks just don't line up to create successful scenarios in PvP. But hey, that's just our opinion. If you guys have a Doom of Chelchis, let us know what you think about it in the comments down below. Make sure you guys, once again, like the video, subscribe, help us out there. The YouTube algorithm help us out to grow the channel. We have more reviews coming your way soon. Also, keep an eye out. We are now on TikTok. We're going to be releasing YouTube Shorts both here and on TikTok going forward. So make sure you guys go drop a follow over there. Anyways, my name is Lionhearts. It's been wonderful seeing you, and we'll see you soon in another review.